Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Accounting Nightmare. Welcome, Tag. I finally feel up for doing some more streaming. Gonna finish off these Endwalker role quests. Bit of a late stream for me. I'm wondering if I should change my stream times, like during the cold parts of the year. I'm wondering if I should stream at night instead, because I seem to feel better at night. I've had time to like warm up and take my meds and such. I can't cut off this song. It's so good. I must let it finish. As we ride. Excellent. Excellent intro. Alright. We've got one more role quest to do, which is Caster. And then there's a whole series after that. But we'll focus on the Caster DPS one today, which is the Ishgard one. Oh, I've actually been really looking forward to this one. Because the one in Doma and the one in Girabania especially felt like new chapters of Stormblood. So this one will probably feel like a new chapter of Heavenswood. And I loved Heavenswood. Going Red Mage for this. I haven't finished leveling my other two casters yet. Summoner or Black Mage. Red Mage. I like Red Mage a lot though. Been having so much fun with our Savage raids each week. We got the re-clears done last night actually. We did P1S and P2S. I didn't stream it or anything because it was just re-clears. It was meant to be a short thing. But, well, things happened in P2S. I did get a new bracelet though. Yeah. So I'm 8 out of 11 slots best in slot for Dragoon. Very cool. Anyway, Red Mage. So when we raid on Friday night, we'll be straight into the bird. Alright, we helped out everyone else. Time for Ishgard. Oh yeah, you had some dialogue. I fear Ishgard has not been spared. A dread blasphemy has also appeared in our nation, one resembling a dragon. Oh, yeah, dragon. This will be like echoes of the Dragon Song War, I think. Our aching souls. We get to hang around with Aymeric! Yay! One of my favourite characters. The Ishgardian delegate seeks a battle mage with courage unwavering. Courage unwavering? Okay, sorry, I'll have to find someone else. Okay, I guess. Ah, my Lady Belchan. I have awaited your coming. The phenomenon wherein men turn into monsters. It pains to say that Ishgard has not been spared. A dread blasphemy has appeared in the Holy See, and to compound the people's horror, the beast resembles a dragon. It is imperative that it be vanquished without delay, and to that end, we have begun assembling a hunting party. Given that fear and despair may turn our allies against us, we are being stringent in whom we choose for this duty. Yet while we have confidence in the quality of our knights, the mission would greatly benefit for the presence of a battle mage, one who can stand unflinching in the face of our fell quarry. We would be hard-pressed to find an individual who fits that description better than you. Will you not lend us your strength and skill? You can count on me. We are in your debt. Just a moment while I relay the glad tidings to command. Tis settled. Upon arriving in Ishgard, please take yourself to the Aetheryte Plaza. Lord Artuaro will be there to receive you. May the Fury speed your way. Allow me to thank you once more for agreeing to aid us in our efforts to vanquish the blasphemy. Lest you forget, upon arriving in Ishgard, please take yourself to the Aetheryte Plaza. Lord Artuaro will be there to receive you. Lord Artuaro. I think of him as my character's brother, because I think of my character as being part of the Fortomp family now. So he's brother. Brother! Hi. You're still very tall. Otterpats, welcome. The name Melchan seems familiar to you? Really? It's the name I use in this game and in WoW as well. Maybe you ran into me in WoW? I'm just really short. True. That is true. Melchan, I've been expecting you. Words cannot well express how heartening it is to have you fighting beside us. Nod. Allow me to echo that sentiment. Aymeric. Best boy. Greetings, my friend. Lest you wonder, Lord Artuaro and I are leading the effort to deal with the blasphemy. With your capable self in the fold, I have no doubt that we shall succeed. Without further ado, I shall brief you on the situation. 'Twas a handful of days after the first beast appeared in Radzat Han. An Elizan man was observed at the Hoplon in the Pillars, walking with an unsteady gait. All of a sudden, he buckled over as if in pain, and before anyone knew what was happening, he had transformed into a terrible, draconic beast. I think we saw this guy in a cutscene, didn't we? During the MSQ. Oh god, that looks messed up. At the mere sight of this, many who chanced to be present also turned, and regrettably, the Temple Knights were forced to put them down. The blasphemy itself, however, took wing and fled. Profane Fafnir, we have chosen to call it, after the Dragon Man of Ishgardian myth. Fafnir? Oh, you're in the that hunt train. Oh, nice. So you're also a materia? Cool. Yeah, I went to the I was the one who in the Tempest I went way down to Amarot thinking, yeah, oh, this will be quicker. I didn't realise just how far down it was. Nice. Oh, that's cool. What's your character name? I've probably seen you a whole bunch of times in hunt trains now. Since that day, the beast has oft been sighted in the skies above Ishgard. It does not attack, only circles menacingly for a time, yet disappearing again. Doesn't attack. Alas, these brief visitations are enough to cause more people to turn, and for fear and panic to spread further. As part of our investigation, we have sought to identify the man who became the blasphemy, but thus far we have learned naught. We have, however, identified a common thread between those who subsequently turned. All were people of fervent faith, people such as priests and inquisitors. When the truth of our nation's history was laid bare, The legitimacy of the Church was called into question. Many Ishgardians struggled to reconcile the revelations with their beliefs, and none more so than the pious. Such men and women, we posit, would be more susceptible to despair, and therefore the transformation. We must find a way to stop it. Ishgard has only just emerged from a 1,000-year war, and we cannot suffer another great tragedy, much less so soon. In order to attain a better understanding of the situation, we intend to speak with a member of the clergy, the sole individual who survived witnessing the blasphemy's birth without being turned. Clem is his name, and he is a deacon at St. Raymonau's Cathedral. Come, let us seek him out there at once. Moshi Mochi. Ah, yep. Nice, yeah, I've definitely seen your name around. Nice. Materia's, it's small, but it's a nice, cozy little community. It's nice seeing familiar names around the place. You got butt spotted. Yeah, I've only been playing this game for a little over a year now, but I'm really glad I got into it. It's fantastic. Yep, there you are in chat. Nice. Here he is, Deacon Clem. Let us see what he can tell us. Are you taller than Aymeric? A little bit. Not so very long ago, few would have imagined Ishgardian knights marching beyond the bounds of their own dominion. But we have ventured to the heart of Garlemald and fought for no less than the fate of the world itself. Our nation has changed, and continues to do so. Lord Aymeric, Lord Atwarel, and the saviour of Ishgard besides. You do me great honour. I am Clem, and I serve as a deacon here at St. Raymonau's Cathedral. I understand you were among those at the Hoplon when the incident occurred. We give thanks to the Fury for your merciful preservation. We now seek to prevent the blasphemy from wreaking further havoc, and would appreciate any details you can provide. Loath though we are to make you recall unpleasant memories, will you not recount to us what you witnessed that day? Very well. We were presently relocating the vault's libraries to the cathedral, in case you were unaware. We had finished delivering a batch of tomes, and were on our way to bring over another. As we approached the Hoplon, we noticed a young man walking unsteadily. No sooner had he come to an abrupt halt than he transformed into a draconic beast. The fiend fixed us with a menacing glare, and it was all we could do to find our wits and flee. But to my compounding horror, my brethren who were with me began turning into monstrosities as well, one after another. Yeah, surviving that and managing to not turn yourself. Terrifying. You started September last year. Oh, nice. From Behemoth. Yeah, I came over from Crystal, Diabolos. Yeah, I started, like March, April last year, I think? Yeah. Praise the Fury that you, at least, were spared, Deacon Clem. I cannot imagine how frightening the experience must have been. Who's this? Hello, you have a funny hat. Bishop Vartanoy. Forgive me if I interrupt. I was informed that our stalwart protectors were present and wished to express my gratitude. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for your service. I pray that we shall soon be free of this scourge. Indeed, if there is aught we might do to aid your efforts, you need but say it. You are most kind, Your Grace. Alright. Bye. That was Bishop Vartanoy, the head of St. Romanel's and a member of the Synod. Synod? With the seat of the Archbishop vacant, he is, in effect, the highest authority in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. This is so, yet in spite of his elevated station, he remains as kind and humble a man as any I've ever known. Like his grace, I would do all that I can to help shepherd our people through this uncertain time. To that end, there is a request I would make of you, if you can spare a moment to consider it. Of course, if it is within our power, we should be glad to offer you aid. Thank you. What you want? What manner of request could this be? His tone bespeaks urgency. The deacon was no less terrified by the blasphemy than his peers, yet he alone did not turn. By what grace was he spared? In the wake of the transformations, a group of clergymen fled the city in fear. Yet though they sought refuge in the wilderness, they put themselves at the mercy of the elements and fell fiends both. Given that the cause of the transformation is not clear, I think theirs was a decidedly unwise decision. I wish to set out and find them, but I am not trained in the ways of war. As such, I require those who are to accompany me in the search. So that is the way of it. Suffice it to say, we will help. Do you know whither your fellows may have headed? To the Western Highlands, I believe. Between Gorgon Mills and Hemlock, there is no shortage of abandoned dwellings in the area. Very well. Time being of the essence, I propose we split up and scour separate areas. Melchan, if you could escort the good deacon to Gorgon Mills, Lord Atuaro and I will tend to Hemlock. The Western Highlands, so they're just out there in the cold. Eee. Yes, I've been going like expansion by expansion, clearing out all the raid series, all the class quests. It's been a fantastic time though. Haven't unlocked any raids for Stormblood or Shadowbringers. Yeah, they're really fun. I really like the storylines for the like the 8-player raid series for both Eden and Omega. Yeah, those are both a really good time. The 24-player raid series, I'm not a big fan of the stories for them, but they're really fun gameplay-wise. It's just hard to find people for them on Materia, sadly. Kind of have to look out for organised, synced runs. There's always people trying to do them unsynced to get glamour and such. So you can do them unsynced if you want. That's just not quite as fun, I don't think. No. That you should choose to abide in such harsh conditions. You? Me. Ah, I see you found them. Yes, husband. Why is no one here shivering? There's a very cold wind going. Yes, and none the worse for wear, thank the Fury. My friends, forgive us if we have given cause for alarm. We come out of concern for your well-being. Though we understand why you quit the city, we fear you may have placed yourselves at greater risk by coming here. His Grace Bishop Vartanoi, too, worries for your health, and prays for your swift return. So please, will you not allow us to escort you to the Holy See? I assure you, it will be much safer there than this wretched place. Servants of the Fury will never be safe in a city. Don't you see? Oh boy. You're an Inquisitor. Got a bad feeling about you. This is your fault. You and your accursed revolution. The people disdain us, mock us behind our backs and spit in our faces. And now someone is conspiring to transform us into monstrosities. Enemies of the Church, I'll wager, emboldened by your deeds. So no, I will not go back to Ishgard. I'd sooner freeze to death than suffer your pity. Oh, well, what? All I've ever done was in service to her. I'm a good man. I do not... She cannot forsake me. Well... Halone preserve! Come back! Rude. Mochan, we cannot allow him to harm any others. Give chase and do what you must. We will remain here and keep the others calm. Yeah, it sucks that you have to do the Evilise raids to unlock Bosnia. Yeah, it would be hard to actually get them done now, sadly. I hope you can get them done soon. Do not worry about us. See to the beast. It cannot have gotten far. Deacon Clem, please do what you can to reassure them. Yes, of course. All shall be well, my friends. Come, join me in prayer. Oh, I hope they don't transform while I'm away. Hello. Red Mage is so fun! Oh, I didn't get to use my laser beam! I have a laser beam. Oh, it's so cool! That's the level 90 move for Red Mage. Big rose laser. Yeah, so Red Mage has such cool spell effects. What of the beast? Is it done, Mochan? My thanks. What happened is most regrettable, but we must be grateful that no one else came to harm. While you were gone, the Deacon was able to convince the others to return to the city. Let us escort them back at once, and then reconvene at the congregation to consider our next course of action. For our purposes, we have the use of the strategy room. Announce yourself to the guard without, and he will show you in. This name. Zzz. Oh, that's the guild tag. FC tag. Zzz. Very good combo. Oh yeah, Lucia's not here anymore. She's over in Garlemald. Lords Aymeric and Artoiral await you within the strategy room. Will you be joining them now? Yes, please. Ooh. Don't think I've been in this room before. Must immediately jump on the table. Make myself at home. Can't sit in the chair. Oh, I can kind of sit in the chair. That works. Here we shall discuss our plans to deal with the blasphemy. Whensoever you wish to enter, you need but say so to the guard. Lest you wonder, we have taken the clergyman to St. Raymonos to rest and recover. If truth be told, the thought that they may still succumb to despair and turn remains at the forefront of my mind. Yet the risk would be greater still were we to keep them at arm's length and deny them the comfort of the church. Indeed, from the words he spoke, that Inquisitor yearned for the days of old. Yeah. When he got to punish heretics. He and others like him can scarcely be blamed. Can't they, though? Since the truth of the nation's founding and the Archbishop's machinations were made public knowledge, the Church has been in turmoil. Though we have made great strides in separating religion and state, there has been far less progress in the reformation of the Church. For our faith has been everything to us, our purpose and our comfort. It is not an easy thing to reconcile one's beliefs with the betrayal of our spiritual leaders. Yeah, that's fair. Thus torn between their hearts and minds, many Ishgardians feel lost, and none more so than members of the clergy, whose faith was once unshakable. Little wonder, then, that the most dedicated and devout are like to turn. So it seems, but further investigation is needed ere we draw a definite conclusion. With the war's end, Ishgard has set out on a new path. The choices we make now shall determine our course for the future. Come what may, we dare not squander the chance we have fought so hard to attain. Once the returned clergymen have sufficiently calmed down, I shall have the deacon speak with them, that we might gain insight into their individual plights. Good. Meanwhile, I shall take the opportunity to brief my men on recent developments. Pray take a moment's rest, my friend. You have earned it. When you are ready to continue our work, you may seek us out here. That was quite a bit. That was just the first quest. Come back, Aymeric. No forgiveness, no deliverance. That sounds cheery. Tuaro is eagerly awaiting Deacon Clem's report. Ah, Melchan, your timing could not be better. Deacon Clem has finished speaking with the rescued clergyman, and will be here shortly to share his findings. Lord Aymeric too is on his way. Let us wait for him. Deacon Clem, we thank you for making the inquiries on our behalf. 'Twas no imposition in the least. As I said, I am glad to do all I can. So, 'tis our understanding that those we escorted back were all close acquaintances of the Inquisitor who turned. Like him, they too had been the subject of harassment by certain quarters of the populace. Is this correct? It is, I'm afraid, and they are far from alone. Men of the cloth were once afforded respect and deference as servants of Halone, but now they are openly reviled by many. We were complicit in perpetuating terrible lies, this is true, but we too were misled. We too were victims. Yet we are regarded by some as criminals. Well do I understand the people's anger, but it saddens me to think that they would thus lash out at their fellow man, especially when we need solidarity most of all. Though I can imagine your plight, I would not presume to fully grasp your pain. Will you tell us of the challenges you and yours have had to face since the war's end? Like all sons and daughters of Ishgard, we dreamed of peace in our lifetime, but now that it has come, we find we have little cause to rejoice. Our faith has long been the foundation of our lives, and overnight that foundation has been crippled by fractures, beyond repair for some. To learn that we had been deceived, and that we had unwittingly deceived others in turn, was devastating. We who had once been shepherds to men found ourselves lost lambs, bereft of surety and wanting for guidance. We have languished in darkness, all of us. Yet I have faith that the Church will redeem itself, that it will find a new path, and again become a beacon of hope for the people. I see. Thank you for sharing this with us. Your testimony has confirmed our suspicions. According to our allies, that which causes people to turn is none other than their despair and anguish. If it wasn't before, 'tis now abundantly clear why members of the clergy are among the transformed. That you did not, I believe, is due to your unwavering faith in the Church. In light of this, we would ask for your continued cooperation. Of course, anything to help my brethren. Now that we have established the cause, that leaves us with the mystery of profane Fafnir's identity. The progenitor of these troubles. Could he too have been a man of the cloth? From what I recall of his garb, I doubt it. He was dressed in the common fashion, and inadequately against the cold besides. 'Tis said that something of the individual may remain in the blasphemy, influencing its behaviour. If we can determine what instincts drive profane Fafnir, we may learn who it once was, and this knowledge, I believe, will prove vital in our efforts to stop it. Deacon Clem, we ask that you reach out to your fellow clergymen. Please do what you can to ease their anxieties. Understood. As I have ever done, I shall provide what comfort I can to those in need. Meanwhile, we must make it a priority to identify the blasphemy. To that end, I would seek out more eyewitnesses. The Hoplon is a busy place at any given time. Some ordinary citizens are bound to have been present as that tragic event unfolded. I propose we make inquiries in the pillars. If you could attend to the Hoplon, Lord Atuaro and I will look into the surrounding areas. This Clem guy really reminds me of the character from the Scholasticate quests. Yeah, the Scholasticate quests are really good. They cover a lot of these themes. Hello. Yeah, I highly recommend them. Alright, let's go to the last vigil. Yes, I'm so short in this place. Everyone here is tall. Hello. No, I didn't see that dragon, nor would I have wished to, frightful as it sounds. They say it wasn't a Dravanian attack, but if not, then what was it? Whatever that beast was, I pray I never have to lay eyes upon it. I'd sooner forget it was ever here. Someone pointed out, I forget who it was I heard this from, but male Aura players have the Crash Bandicoot run. They have like this overly exaggerated like run, and now I can't unsee it. They just look very funny. Crunch. Stayed citizen. What is stayed? Hello? I wasn't present. Wasn't present either for the incident at the Hoplon, but a young man poorly dressed for the cold that I did see. I recall him well because an aide from St. Vaindros was searching for him. He was a patient at the infirmary, and by coincidence had the same name. I know not what became of that young man, but I hope the aide found him. He plainly wasn't in a state to be wandering about alone. A patient, okay. The dragon that appeared at the Hoplon, I saw with my own eyes. One moment an Ellison, the next a terrible beast. He was a heretic, I take it? No. That dragon was massive, let me tell you. I didn't know heretics could transform into something so big. Down here. Go break our ankles again. Crunch! Hi. Were you able to learn anything? There you are, Melchan. Did your search yield any fruit? A patient of the Firmament's infirmary, you say? Among those with whom I spoke, one claims to have witnessed an individual fitting that description. A man walking in a stupor, who did not seem to feel the cold. If he had wandered straight out of the infirmary, it would explain his state of attire. Yes, I dare say we have found our blasphemy. But to think that his name should be Vaindro. 'Tis the same as that of former Heavensward commander Sir Vaindro de Rochemond, for whom the infirmary is named. Sir Vaindro, however, retired from his station at a ripe old age some years ago. 'Tis not like to have been him. In any case, we have a lead. I shall head to the infirmary at once. Pray wait for me in the brougham. Vaindro, is he the one from the short story? Vaindro. I've got to know the lore. I'm going to look up if it's what the name was from the short story. I thought I had it bookmarked. Apparently not. Maybe I'll have to look it up later. FF14, Tales of the Dragon Song War, I think is what those ones were. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, so Vaindro, it is the same one. Ah, interesting bit of lore there. I'll explain. Yes, this is one of the short stories from the Heavensward collection. So Vaindro, yeah, he was a member of the Heavensward, and he was one of the only actual good ones left. Yeah, he saw the Pope meeting with an Ascian. He saw too much, and Charibert was sent to kill him, sadly. So that's how he died. And then Charibert took his place in the Heavensward. And they put out an official statement that he announced his retirement, and he departed on a pilgrimage, a final wish for peace and solitude that the church could hardly deny. So yeah, the official story was he retired suddenly and left on a pilgrimage. But what actually happened is he was murdered by Charibert because he saw a meeting with an Ascian. Okay. I was going to say, it's kind of, I don't like having the hospital named after a Heavensward member, but no, it turns out he was a good guy. That's sad. Really sad what happened to him. So we're going to the firmament. Nice. Aymeric. Hello. Lord Artuaro should not be long. Let us wait here. Okay. Give you a hug. And then we wait. Who's this? This is Loveric, the aide who was in charge of Vaindro. Have you found him? Oh, please say you have. We have not, I'm afraid, but we seek to, and hope that you could tell us more about him. May we ask how he came to be at the infirmary? He was found by a patrol in the Central Highlands. After being treated for his hurts, he was brought to us for convalescence. Being in the prime of his years, he had been doing well, but then... Prime of his years? By all accounts, he is no old man. It seems safe to assume it isn't Sir Vaindro. Oh no, he's definitely a different person, as I told Lord Artuaro. And though he gave his name as Vaindro, he seemed rather confused, and we had no means to confirm his identity. In his state, he shouldn't be wandering about on his own. Please, you must find him. The man who recently turned into a beast at the Hoplon? We regret to say it may have been Vaindrel. What? No. How can this be? Is there aught else you can tell us? Things he may have said or done while in your care? While he was still unconscious, he would often ramble. Though most of it was incoherent, he mentioned the Archbishop many times. Oh, and he spoke of a bishop too. Bishop Vartanoy. I assumed he was a pious man, given this. I see. Thank you for your cooperation. We will continue our investigation and, should we confirm what became of Vaindrel, inform you forthwith. Let us return to the congregation for now. How was he connected to the bishop and the archbishop? Was thinking about killing that S rank, but that's a bit out of the way. Can't be bothered. More story. Heading to the strategy room? I should be glad to show you in. Who could this Vaindrel be? The mystery remains, but we are one step closer to identifying the man who became Profane Fafnir. Indeed. Though he did not at first appear to be a member of the clergy, his words betray a fervent faith. And how curious that he should speak not only of the Archbishop, but Bishop Vartanoy specifically. Perhaps he was personally acquainted with His Grace. In light of the possibility, I believe we should speak with him directly. Agreed. I'll request an audience, but His Grace has many demands upon his time. It may be a while before we are seen. Should you have other business, pray feel free to attend to them in the meantime. We have to wait for an appointment. Only justice, only vengeance. No forgiveness, no deliverance. Only justice, only vengeance. The look of relief upon a Tuarel's face bespeaks your timely arrival. Melchan, excellent timing as ever. Deacon Clem has just sent word that Bishop Vartanoy will see us now. By which I mean, right this instant. It is extremely short notice, I know, but it would not do to miss the opportunity to learn how he and Vaindrel may be connected. Not wishing to keep His Grace waiting, Lord Aymeric is already on his way to St. Ramonel's Cathedral. Come, let us hurry there ourselves. Isn't Aymeric like the highest rank in the House of Lords? But he's stuck sitting around waiting for an appointment with this guy. It seems His Grace has yet to arrive. Ah, Melchan. Full glad am I that you could join us. My lords, I'm so sorry. I informed His Grace that you were making your way hither. But shortly before you arrived, he recalled that he had urgent business and had to leave the cathedral at once. Suspicious. He cannot have yet gone far, though, so if you wish to search for him in the hopes you can still steal a moment of his time... To grant us an audience only to depart with such haste. What business could be so pressing? His Grace has yet to return, I'm afraid. Getting pretty sus of this guy. Go find him. Twiro found him. Where's Aymeric? I found His Grace, Melchan. Whoa now, that even the saviour of Ishgard should be here. Your Grace, perhaps 'tis simply our misunderstanding, but we were under the impression that you had granted us an audience. Lord Speaker, rest assured I was just about to return to the cathedral. There is no need, Your Grace. This will not take long. As you may have heard, we are investigating a young man named Vaindrau. Is he known to you? No, I cannot say he is. With the exception of the former Archimandrite, I'm sure I know no one by that name. But mine and the Archbishop's are known to many, yes? Perhaps this youth took inspiration from public services over which we presided. Goodly soul that he is. Full glad am I that his faith was of comfort to him in sickness, and I pray to Helone that he will soon be found in good health. You are so full of shit. Oh my god. Now then, if there was nothing else, I shall return to my duties. Yeah, here we go, Echo. Oh. This is in Azizla, isn't it? Yeah. Fear not, Your Eminence. I shall carry on your legacy. We have completed the preparations as per your instructions, but are you certain this will work? It will. It must. Lord Aymeric spoke the truth when he revealed the Archbishop sought primal powers to strengthen the people's faith. I could not bring myself to believe it, not at first, but in the course of cataloguing His Eminence's personal articles, I came upon his journal. Who is that? Is that Vartano? The kid? The guy? Therein he had written that, through abundant ether and fervent prayer, it is possible to make gods of men. All the power we require lies in this place, this Azizla, by channeling the essential elements into the soulless flesh and sword we found. Soulless flesh? What the frick? We shall summon forth King Thordan and his knights 12, and by his blessing, Ishgard shall be restored to its former glory. Well... What did you do? So it's hilarious how big that sword is. I'm surprised that sword's still around, though. I thought that was part of the primal summon. What is this? It's just an ordinary man. Scarcely changed from before. His Eminence. I must protect... Cloned Ellison. Who cloned this guy? No. No, this isn't right. Confound it. Perhaps I've overlooked something. I must return to the Holy See and review the journal. Your Grace, what shall we do with this thing? Leave it. 'Tis a failure without use or value. The denizens of this place will deal with it soon enough. This guy's real nice. What a nice guy. Every time we revisit Ishgard, we find like there's like suspicions of the church and people not trusting them, and then we find a corrupt member of the church every time. Oh. Mo-chan, are you well? Were you perchance granted a vision of the past? Yeah, where did he go? I need to stab him. An attempted summoning of King Thordan and his Knights 12? Yeah, he's still there. Let me stab. Your Grace, you should know full well that summoning is strictly forbidden. You will accompany us to the congregation and explain yourself. I have dedicated my life to the church, conducted my affairs in accordance with the scriptures, and taught others to do likewise. But you took it all from us, tore down everything that defined us. You cannot know how it feels to have your very existence rejected, to be forsaken by your community, to be denied by your society. For I deny you and this justice. I deny an Ishgard where the church has no place. I refuse to accept it, do you hear me? I refuse to accept it. Well, that problem took care of itself, I guess. Aymeric! Get him! Yes! Yay! Your Grace, no! He was evil, it's okay, don't worry. That it should come to violence yet again. Would that your hand had not been forced, my lord. Deacon Clem should not be alone at this time. I shall remain with him while tending to the aftermath. When things have settled, I will return to the congregation. Pray go on ahead and get some rest. Well, we don't often get to see Aymeric being a badass, so that was cool. But we can't interrogate that guy now as to like why he was. What did he do? Where did he get that clone from? Was it just a clone they found in Azizlar? But it was specifically an Elizon clone. How fares the Deacon? Well enough, given the circumstances. Though understandably shaken, he is more determined than ever to help his fellows. Truly, he is possessed of a stout heart. But to think that even a member of the Synod could succumb to despair and turn. The crisis gripping the Church is far graver than I had imagined. In pushing for such an abrupt separation of religion and state, we may have exacerbated the growing divide between the clergy and the general populace. Melchan, will you recount in full that which you witnessed in your vision? That he should seek to use one of Alag's unholy abominations to create a primal. Yet that which manifested was not like the being you fought, but rather retained the form of a man, one driven by the desire to protect the Archbishop. We may safely assume the Bishop did not have sufficient ether. Bereft of Nidhogg's eye, the sword Ascalon no longer has such power. Nor does that of the Warring Triad remain to be harnessed, thanks to your valorous intervention. Oh, this text is probably different if you haven't done Warring Triad. Yeah, because that's why King Thordan went there to begin with. He wanted to drain the power of the Warring Triad to make himself stronger. But if the summoning failed, how did the clone come to possess life? And what purpose drives it? Lack of ether notwithstanding, the necessary components were present for a summoning. Perhaps the ritual itself was a success, and the vessel, though imperfect, arose as a champion of the Archbishop. Yet how did he come to be in the Central Highlands? You believe that this clone and the man who became the blasphemy are one and the same? Nay, I merely speculate. Yet considering what we know of the clone and Vaindrel, it would seem a likely possibility. Whatever the truth may be, it will not elude us forever. But first, I must lay some groundwork for the next phase of our investigation. God's permitting, I will have news to share ere long, so pray look in on us when you can. This is an interesting mystery. Wills unending, faith unbending. A Atuaro has the identity of the blasphemy on his mind. Mo-chan, you were ever a sight for sore eyes. Thank you. Ill tidings, my friends. I dispatched the temple knights to find the clergyman who aided in Bishop Vartanoy's summoning attempt. Regrettably, when confronted, all turned and had to be put down. Without their accounts, how then to ascertain that the clone and Vaindrow are the same individual? Maintaining the assumption that they are, perhaps we should instead consider how Vaindrow may have found his way to Kurthus. According to Mo-chan's vision, he was abandoned in Azizlar, but what did he do afterwards? Then there is but one way to ascertain the truth. We follow his trail. I shall go and search for the clone in Azizlar. If he is still there, then we are dealing with a different individual. A splendid idea. We leave the floating continent in your capable hands. Just the entire continent. Meanwhile, Mo-chan and I shall retrace Vaindrow's steps whence he first appeared. Upon being found in the Central Highlands, he was taken to Camp Dragonhead. Let us begin by making inquiries there. But I wanted to go to Azizlar. Okay. Alright. Hello. Oh, hello. Well now, if it isn't the late Lord Horshafant's dear friend, is there something you require? Ah, yes, the mystery man. I was among those who tended him. He was not attired for the snow, much less the snowstorm in which he had been caught, and was suffering from frostbite. When people are extremely cold, they may mistakenly feel that they are warm and disrobed. That might explain his state of undress. Was he naked? Your exchange with Nina has taught you about Vaindrow's state when he was found. We took care of the man as best we could, but given his state, I expect he will need a long convalescence before he's back on his feet. Investigating the stranger we found, are you? I wasn't involved myself, so I can't tell you much about the fellow. But in case it is of interest, earlier the same day, I caught sight of an airship flying dangerously low. It soon disappeared into the brewing snowstorm, looking none too steady. An airship flying low. Alright, where did he get that? I do wonder what that airship was about, and what became of it. I don't believe we were expecting any to pass through that day. Hello. Say hello to the other brother. Mo-chan, old girl. Stop calling me old girl. Ah, 'tis ever an honour to receive you. What brings you to our humble camp this day? An injured man who was found out in the wilds? Yes, I know the one. I was with the patrol that chanced into him north of here, at Providence Point. He was unconscious and in a bad way, and we hurriedly bore him back to camp. After doing what we could for him, we sent him on to the city. where Vaindra was found. Still on the lookout for young... Yeah, probably. Probably. That fellow was fortunate we found him when we did. Any longer in that storm, and he would have been just another drift of snow. Ugh. Aymeric. There you are. Were you able to learn aught of interest? A hastily written note which reads, Vaindra found unconscious at Providence Point. Airship sighted flying low near Camp Dragonhead. And Vaindra not dressed for the cold. A mysterious man found collapsed after an airship was seen flying low. Yes, the accounts I heard are consistent with yours. I, for one, am curious about the fate of this unknown airship. To that end, I've arranged a pair of black chocobos for us, the more efficiently to scour the area. We shall contain our search to Providence Point, where Vaindra is said to have been found. If you are ready, let us be off. Whee! This is cute. Oh, I love the little hats these chocobos have. They're so cute. Nothing so far. Let us continue northeast. You know, I have a flying car. We could use that. No? Alright. It's got plenty of seats. Ooh. Oh. Hi. By the Fury. It's the blasphemy. Oh no! I'm having a plot headache! Protect me! Oof, that's a nasty scar. His Eminence. Must protect His Eminence. So that's why he kept muttering about the Archbishop. Ah, you're finally awake. Halone be praised. How are you feeling? Strong enough to speak? Can you tell me your name? My name is Zephyrin. No, Charibert. Or was it Vilgoin? Paula Crane? Okay, yeah, so he's like a vague Heaven's Ward member, but not a particular one. He doesn't know which one he is. So many names swirling in my mind, and voices that reject them. Is there none they will accept? Are you alright? Vaindrow. My name is Vaindrow. Well now, that's the same as our infirmary. I dare say fate has guided you to us. So, Vaindrow, if you are feeling up to a little conversation, can you tell me about yourself? Anything else you remember? Anything at all? A proud son of House Zemau, nay, a devout servant of Halone, who lives for the rush of battle, the pleasure in inflicting pain, the attentions of maidens, to fight beside my brother in arms. Alright, the pleasure in inflicting pain is definitely Charibert. A low-born runt, whose every effort went unrewarded, whose very name disqualified him from ever leading the Temple Knights. But his eminence raised me up, granted me a place at his side. From that day forth, I pledged my sword to his service, pledged my very being, my life to be offered up in defence of his. I am a knight of the Heaven's Ward, sworn to protect and serve the Archbishop. Oh, you're a knight? Forgive me if that sounded rude, but I had no idea. And, while I realise your memories may be a bit muddled, I'm afraid I must inform you that the Heaven's Ward have not been seen in quite some time, and are presumed dead. And the Archbishop? Well, he is most certainly no longer of this world. Oh. Aww. But the important thing is you're safe now, and we'll help you get back on your feet. Speaking of which, let me bring some food and water. You must be absolutely famished. Aww. Hey, Ultra King, welcome. Good to see ya. I'm doing well, thank you. The Archbishop dead? No. But this cannot be. How can I still be alive when he is not? I must find him. Oh, it changed day. It changed time of day. It's night time. That was a long vision. Melchan. Oh, hi. Thank you for protecting me. For the glory of King Thordan. Another vision, I take it. Let us make for Ishgard. I expect that Lord Atwara will return soon, if he has not already, and we should both be glad to hear your tale. No wonder he turned. He was created for, like, one purpose. To protect the Archbishop, and then he learned the Archbishop is dead. Is he technically a primal? Because this would mean that primals can turn? Very interesting. Hello. Have fun on the island. Ah, Melchan. I pray your search was more productive than mine own? A little bit. Everyone is here. Excellent. So, were you able to find our clone in Azizlar? Nay, naught but the discarded Ascalon remained. How fared you with your own efforts in the Central Highlands? In the course of retracing Vaindral's steps, we came upon the wreck of the Soleil. I suspect he found the vessel abandoned in Azizlar and tried to use it to return to Ishgard. Soleil? What was a Soleil? But he crashed en route and was subsequently rescued by a patrol from Camp Dragonhead. So it would seem. Oh, it was the Archbishop's airship. Okay. And the Archbishop's airship was not the only thing we found. Profane Fafnir was there too. The creature chose to flee, but not before Melchan had a vision of Vaindral's past. Go on, my friend. Share with us what you witnessed. We should use the chairs in this meeting room. We don't need to stand this whole time. There's chairs right there. All the pieces fit, and it is as you surmised, my lord. Vaindral and the clone are one and the same, and in his despair, he turned into the blasphemy. Yet the confusion he exhibited when asked his name, it is as if he wasn't sure of his own identity. According to the Scions, primals retain the memories of their previous incarnations. From this, it may be assumed that the clone harbours the memories of all those who became King Thordan and his Knights 12. Oh, interesting. Though he struggled to reconcile these conflicting memories, he managed to settle on the name Vaindral. The voices within were clearly in agreement when facing Melchan, the mere sight of whom drove the blasphemy to flee. Did they remember me killing them? Vaindral didn't become a primal, though. Above all, however, they share in a desire to protect the Archbishop. This desire was seared into Vaindral's very being, and when he learned that he no longer had a purpose... The Heavens Ward took up arms against us and Ishgard. By their hand were we robbed of one of our finest knights, and a dear friend. Aww. Even so, I would not wish such a terrible fate upon them. The selfsame fate inflicted upon full many clergymen, and a fate I fear ordinary citizens will succumb to if we fail to act. The people will not soon forget the betrayal of our church's leadership, nor should they. But absent the comfort and stability once afforded to them by the institution, many have become lost, and are all too vulnerable to despair. The people don't have to forget, but they need to move forward. The church can still be a source of comfort, but things need to change. Don't have to forget, but you need to move forward. Yeah. Oh, exciting music. I thought as much myself, my friend, but to hear you say it as well? Indeed, when the ground upon which we stand crumbles, we must find the strength to move forward, even should it cause us pain to do so. Lord Artuaro, at the next house session, I shall call for an ecumenical council to be held. Sure, I know what that is. My lord, such a gathering is reserved for... Oh, you intend for the church to codify new doctrine. Since the separation of religion and state, we have refrained from interfering in church affairs. But if the church is to remain a part of Ishgardian society and continue serving the people, it must reconsider its role and formally address recent revelations. I would call for this council not as the Lord Speaker, but as a humble adherent of the faith. Long had I considered whether such measures were necessary, but lacked the courage to set them in motion. I now have it thanks to you. Aww. He's so sweet. I shall tend to the necessary preparations at once. Among other things, we must reach out to those of the clergy who are amenable to reform. I ask for your patience in the meantime. Also, they probably still need to pick a new leader, because the previous one went evil and then turned into a monster and then we killed him. Oh. O mighty fury, guide us to victory. The set of Artuaro's jaw betrays a hint of anxiety. Ah, Melchan. Owing to Lord Aymeric's swift action, I am pleased to say that the Ecumenical Council will soon be held. In case you are unaware, the Council is the highest assembly in the Ishgardian Orthodox Church, its purpose to deliberate and decide upon doctrine. The previous one was held no less than 80 years ago, and 4 archbishops have since come and gone. As such, most Ishgardians know little of it, save that which they have read in the historical records. Traditionally, the Archbishop and members of the Synod would meet behind closed doors. In light of Bishop Vartanoy's fate, however, this time the doors will be thrown open to the public. Hello? Indeed, for the first time in history, all men and women of the faith may have a hand in shaping the mission and the teachings of the Church. It is my hope that you will also join us in this endeavour. Deacon Clem, allow me to express our gratitude for your efforts in facilitating the Council. We appreciate the difficulty of your position. I merely heed my conscience and my faith, my lord. Acting in Bishop Vartanoy's stead, I shall do all within my power to see that the Church may serve the people once more. Are you going to be the new leader of the Church? Because you'd be a good leader, I think. Where is the Lord Speaker, if I may ask? He stepped outside for a moment, saying that he wished to gather his thoughts ahead of the Council. The hour draws nigh, however. Melchan, I shall proceed to the vault with the good deacon. In the meantime, may I ask you to find Lord Aymeric? He should be at the last vigil, I believe. Activate my Aymeric honing beacon. Find Aymeric. I'm really enjoying this one. Where is Aymeric? I see him. Hello. How you doing? Oh, 'tis you, my friend. Is it time already? I see. My apologies for making you come and fetch me. I have been thinking, Melchan, on the path I have chosen to walk, and on those who have been left behind as a consequence of my actions. Oh, don't have self-doubt. You're a good boy. Those who died fighting, those burdened with boundless grief, those deprived of position and purpose. Like any nation, Ishgard is made up of disparate souls with disparate beliefs. Without an enemy to unite us, we recall the differences we once set aside out of necessity, and find amongst our old friends new ideological foes. The future I had envisioned. It is far more difficult to secure than I ever imagined. What must I do for our people to live in harmony? For our nation to move forward as one? Such questions I have been pondering. We should begin making our way to the council. Shall we continue our conversation while we walk? That's why he's a good boy, because he questions and thinks. Yeah, that's true. You have to be able to question yourself to grow. Ready? Then let us be off. If it is agreeable, I would like to look on Fortont Manor. Yay! Aymeric's accompanying me. Though we haven't much time, I am glad for the opportunity to stroll about the city with you. Ah, he's so sweet. Give you another hug. Just checking for conversation points. They show them on the map now, which is nice. Oops, skip some dialogue. It feels like another age that you and yours were no more than foreign wards of House Fortont. And in actual fact, it may be considered so. For your coming set in motion a chain of events that brought an end to the Dragonsong War, ushering in a new age of harmony. You paved the way for meaningful change in our nation, and for that you shall ever have my gratitude. Now then, shall we continue on to the architects? Just out for a stroll with my Aymeric. Gotta take your Aymeric for walks every now and then. King Thordan and his Knights 12, the murderers of Ratatoska. Since the truth of their ancient crime came to light, many have demanded that these images be torn down. Yet though what our founding fathers did was wrong, neither is it right to simply expunge them and their deeds from history. To do so would be to deny our people's part in what followed for 1,000 years. We have the chance to forge a new future, but we, as a nation, must decide how we will confront our past. Forgive me, I was lost in thought yet again. Let us join Deacon Clem at the vault. Have you walked your Aymeric today? A short walk, but a nice walk. There you are, my friends. The council is about to convene. Let us take our place in the audience hall. Esteemed members of the clergy and honoured adherents of the faith, I thank you all for your attendance. In recent days, our nation has been racked by a series of tragedies. Those among us who do Halone's work have been transformed into abominations. This dreadful phenomenon has been brought about by the final days, and it is upon our despair and anguish that it feeds. Thus, if we are to prevent further tragedy, we must strive to ensure that all Ishgardians, clergymen and citizens alike, abide with peace and love for one another in their hearts. To that end have I called this Ecumenical Council, the first in generations, that we might together determine a path forward for the Church and our society as a whole. Since antiquity, the Ishgardian Orthodox Church served the people in two respects, as the Fury's spear to strike at the heart of dragonkind, and as the Fury's shield to safeguard the souls of men. But now that we are at peace with the Dravanians, the Church need no longer serve as the spear, and so we must now reconsider how we might better serve as a shield for our brethren. The hierarchy must be reformed, and for that we need accountability. The upper echelon must be stripped of rank at a minimum, and investigations conducted, trials held if the evidence is sufficiently damning, and then we may turn our attention to their doctrine of lies. As our predecessors did before us, we of the Synod have ever sought to interpret the scriptures to the best of our ability, and thence conveyed Halone's will to the people. Such fervent pursuit of retribution at the expense of doctrine would come also at the expense of our faith. Have we won the war to lose our souls? Oh, Halone, are we outside your grace? Oh. This bodes ill. At this rate, someone might turn. Since the war's end, the Church and the faithful have stood at a crossroads, unable to take the next step forward. His Grace Bishop Vartanoy, may he walk in Halone's halls, was one such soul, and in his longing for simpler times, he resorted to using forbidden magics. He succumbed to despair. In our minds we renounce the lies upon which our nation was built, but in our hearts we yearn for the righteousness, misguided though it was, that gave us comfort and purpose for so long. So let us not forget who we are, or who we were. Let us confront the mistakes of the past and learn from them, that we do not repeat the mistakes of our forefathers. As fervently as we believed in our sacred duty, we struggled to accept the Church's deception and embrace change. The legacy of Thornton weighs heavy, and there is a temptation to simply cast it aside like a mantle that suits us no longer. Yet that would dishonour the sacrifice of those who went before, countless souls who served the people with purest intent. And so, heavy though it may be, let us together bear this burden as we set forth anew. Our friend Melchan risked life and limb to reveal the truth to us. The truth that our legends and our scripture were tainted by betrayal, but not wholly corrupted. Though the great walls and towering spires of our city may have been built with murder and deception, they rest upon a foundation immutable and true, our devotion to Halone, whom we have worshipped since before our forefathers settled these lands. The Church is a font of practical wisdom, and its teachings guide us in our daily lives. Such things define our faith no less than the lies. We can acknowledge our sins without renouncing our religion. Aye, and without rejecting who we are. A comprehensive review of scripture as well as historical literature will be necessary. Revisions, as appropriate, must be made to ensure that the truth of our past is preserved for future generations. With your peerless knowledge of church doctrine, I dare say none is better suited to leading that effort than you. I also expect that many eyes will be required to pore over all the tomes, and I know many idle men and women of faith who would jump at the chance to do Halone's work once more. That day so very long ago, I had no answer to my father's words, but it seems the people had it within them all along. Aw, that was really lovely. With this, the Church and the people have taken their first step towards a brighter future. 'Tis well Lord Aymeric interjected when he did. The council went better than I had dared hope. Truly, while the details remained to be decided, 'twas a resounding success. Your words helped everyone to find common ground. I know not how to thank you. Much credit must go to Melchan. In the face of great hardship, never did she hesitate to press on, and our people have not forgotten this. Aww. Indeed. Well do I remember the day you flew into Ishgard upon a dragon's back. In making possible the impossible, you inspired us all. In you we glimpsed a fury, a vision of courage in the face of uncertainty. Looking to your example, we shall endeavour to bring about change to the Church, for the future of all Ishgardians. There will, of course, still be those souls who struggle to rise above the mire of despair. but my fellows and I shall be there to take their hand in faith and love. For what is faith if not salvation? Well, I had best return to the cathedral. We have much and more to do. Ah, but ere I forget, I have tracked down that which you requested. Some repairs will be necessary, but it will be seen to with all haste. Oh, what's this? What's that? What's going on? I had tasked the deacon with finding a certain item, you see. A secret weapon, one might say. Given what we know of profane Fafnir, I suspect it will be of great use in our hunt. A secret weapon? Like, is it the sword? Because that sword's huge. I can't see us wielding it. Once the repairs are complete, we shall be ready to strike. With the church having reached an accord with the people, the risk of more clergymen turning is greatly diminished. We may now focus entirely on the blasphemy. 'Tis time we freed Vaindral from his torment. Rest while you can, Melchan, for I dare say the coming battle will demand the best of us. Time for the big battle! Go fight a dragon, blasphemy! Ever march heavensward. Atuaro has his sights set on profane Fafnir. Let's go! Glad tidings, Melchan. Since the Ecumenical Council, not a single soul has turned. Safe in that knowledge, we need only think of how to hunt down the blasphemy. Ah, Melchan, you were here too. Excellent. I am pleased to say that the secret weapon is ready. We may now look to dealing with profane Fafnir. As you will recall, when last we encountered it, it was lying in wait by the Soleil. An instinct driven by its inherited memories, I believe. It seeks to protect that which it most strongly associates with the Archbishop. In all likelihood, 'twas this selfsame motive that compelled it to come to the Holy See. From the skies above, it keeps watch over the Holy Vault. When next it descends, we shall exploit this instinct by using the secret weapon to lure it to the chancel. The chancel? What exactly is this secret weapon? 'Tis none other than the Fury's Grace, the holy crosier of the Archbishop. Suspecting that Bishop Vartanoy had retrieved it from Azizlar, I had Deacon Clem search his private quarters. My suspicions proved correct. With the crosier in hand, I shall make an irresistible bait for profane Fafnir. My lord, that is an unconscionable risk. There is no telling how the blasphemy will react. Indeed, but we can be confident that I will command his undivided attention, thus ensuring that no more of our citizens are placed in harm's way. If the Heavens Ward are the Archbishop's shields, then the Temple Knights are the people's. As leader of the Order, the risk is mine to bear. All the Knights of the Heavens Ward fell in Azizlar. As a vessel for their memories, Vaindral may be considered the last of their number. Let us go, then, and relieve him of his... nay. Their duty. Let us see to our preparations and proceed to the vault. We finish this once and for all. Yeah. At the vault? I don't like the vault. Bad memories. Very foggy today in Ishgard. Aymeric's got that glow about him. When the battle begins, Lord Aymeric and I will draw the Blasphemy's attacks. Seize the opportunity to bring your magics to bear against it. If you are ready, then let us set forth. You need but say the word. Let's go! Fight, fight. Wow, we're fighting it in this arena. It's kind of cool. The beast is come. Now is our chance. Ah, the staff. Make ready. Clink. To me, my knights. Blasphemy. Profane Fafnir. For the glory of King Thordan. No, you are not he. A trick. It is a trick. We killed him. Forgive me, Sir Vaindral, but for the sake of all Ishgardians, we must strike you down. Aymeric the Blue. Sick him. Boom. My divine flames shall consume you. By the Fury, this is Sir Charabert's magic. Have care. Ah! I see. There's another one. Oh my god! Do we have a healer? We do not? Okay. In the name of Ishgard, we will free you from your torment. Oh, it's going to use all these different moves from the Thornton fight. Oh, that's cool. Your reckoning is come. Towers!
Do not underestimate me!
Stay on your guard. Eeh. Ah, hi. Sudden dragon. Oh, stack marker. I got you.
We must stand our ground!
Well, someone's doing healing. Not sure who.
You underestimate me!
Owie, owie. I burn. Thank you for the heal, whoever that was. Who was that? Ah. Souls. I messed up my AoE combo. I forgot you need more than 50 to do it. You need 60. Ah, well. The time has come to call upon the true power of the Heaven's Ward.
I will not falter!
Ah! Aymeric used a tank limit break. Nice. Oh, you two okay? We both took a tumble. Aymeric, don't stand in that! Whoa! The growy things from Titania. I think? Yeah. Oh, hi Aymeric. How you doing? Ah! Dragon. Laser beam! Ah, oh, that's a good animation. Hey, I didn't get burned this time. Amazing. I can dodge things. Savage Raider, by the way. Getting hit by that lots of times.
This knight does not yield!
Ah, Red Mage is fun. I need to play more of it. It's a good class. Owie. Grrr. Finally, it is over. That was a cool fight. These fights are all so good. Thus ends the tale of the Heaven's Ward. Let it not be forgotten. It was wrong of them to conceal the truth of our nation's founding, to abet the Archbishop in his machinations. Yet in peering into their hearts, one thing became clear. They too had succumbed to primal manipulation. They too were victims. Flawed men, aye, and not without sin, but Ishgardians brave and true, as we all aspire to be. Having triumphed in the battle of ideals, I have a responsibility to all our people. Their hopes and dreams, their sorrow and suffering, are mine to bear, and bear them I shall. For had you not vanquished King Thordan, or had I erred in but one of my choices, I may well have been the first to succumb to despair, to be reborn a blasphemy. Oh. You wouldn't have turned, not you. A ridiculous notion. I'm more likely to become a beast than you. You wouldn't have turned. Thank you, my friend, for having such confidence in me. My apologies. 'Twas not mine intent to wax sentimental. Our work here is done. Let us return to the congregation. That was so fun! Let me in! Hello. I hurried here as soon as I learned of your victory. There are some few words I would say, but it can wait until Lord Otuaro and Deacon Clem have spoken theirs. Melchan, permit me to offer my gratitude for helping us to overcome not only the blasphemy, but the despair which spawned it. But this is only the beginning. On the face of it, we may have made tremendous strides in breaking down ancient barriers within our society, but there yet remain great rifts to be bridged. 'Tis no easy thing to rise above a lifetime of preconceptions and prejudice. I myself have struggled to do so, as you must know. But I shan't give up. On the honour of my house, I will do everything in my power to build a new Ishgard, one in which all people can see eye to eye, regardless of birth and station. Now then, I believe the Deacon has some words for you too. Pray lend him an ear. Much as I appreciate our conversations, I think the Deacon is deserving of your attention as well. Alright. My Lady Melchan, may I say how glad I am that you are safe and well? Just before you arrived, Lord Aymeric explained to me the true nature of the man who became the blasphemy. The poor, confused creature was born of the Church's mistakes, and on behalf of the clergy, I give you my heartfelt thanks for laying it to rest. As we work to reform our institutions and rebuild our relationship with the people, we will remember and pray for all those who have fallen in service to the faith. And we shall pray for you as well. Wheresoever your path may lead, may the Fury ever watch over and keep you. I shall leave it at that then. Lord Aymeric too wishes to speak, and 'twould not do to keep him waiting. Lord Aymeric has kept silent all this time, but he also has thoughts to share. Melchan, Lord Artuarel, I thank you for the vital roles you played in ridding us of profane Fafnir. As ever, the sight of you in combat was nothing short of inspiring. With no further reported instances of people turning, and the blasphemy itself no more, I should like to believe we are free of the scourge of despair. My brethren and I shall labour to see that it ever remains so by fighting to dispel the darkness in men's hearts. And I shall fight with you, not only as the Speaker of the House of Lords, or the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, but as a man of faith, in our God and in our people. Together, let us strive to fill our nation with hope. Melchan, by now you will be sick unto death of being thanked. But I must nonetheless express an additional word of gratitude. Full oft have you saved our nation, our people. I speak not only of our lives, but our hearts and minds as well. You have given us a great gift, that of opportunity and choice, and if we are to repay you for it, we as a nation must take full advantage of our freedom to dictate a new course forward, into a brighter future. What forward means, we may not always agree upon, but as fellow Ishgardians, we shall find a way to rise above our differences and stand united. That is the nation that I will strive to build. This I swear to you. Melchan, given all that you have done for us, I am loath to impose further, but may I trouble you to bear word of our success to our officer in Rezet-Han? We will of course be sending a report, but there is no substitute for a first-hand account. Our allies would benefit from the additional details you can provide as well. Our thanks again, my friend, and may the Fury speed your way. Sick of praise, but take some more anyway, yeah? You will have more praise, and you will like it. Thank you for your aid in vanquishing the blasphemy. I wish you safe passage back to Rezet-Han. Rezet-Han. I really enjoyed that one. It was just nice hanging out with Aymeric again. And what an interesting primal that was. Primal blasphemy. Primal turned blasphemy. Ah, my Lady Melchan. By your return, dare I hope that the hunt for the blasphemy was a success? that you would vanquish the beast comes as little surprise, but that this occasion would serve as impetus for the Church to embark upon a path of reform is incredible. I will share these joyous tidings with our allies without delay. If I may speak candidly, I must confess to being a great admirer of yours. When you have a moment, I should like to hear about some of your adventures, if you would do me the honour. Aww. For the present, however, in my official capacity as the Ishgardian delegate, I offer you my humblest thanks for your immeasurable service to our nation. Can dye magical range DPS gear. More than fear. Not sure where these quests are. They're there somewhere. Ah, my Lady Melchan. When you have a moment, I am ever eager to hear about your adventures. That's all the role quests. And then there's more quests at the end that we can do now, but I'll do that another time. Yeah, looks like this brings together all the nation leaders, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, this was introduced in 6.1, once you finish the other role quests. Ba, ba, ba. I heard about you and yours travelling beyond the stars to avert the final days. Good work, that. Mind you, not all our woes have vanished just yet. I speak of the blasphemies, of course, for despair is not something one can easily cast off. Though we've come a long way, the battle is not yet done. Preventing further transformations won't be easy, but we're a damn sight closer to solving the problem than before. Huh. Interesting. Is this final quest involving another blasphemy? Maybe. Interesting. Oh, my throat's getting sore, so I think we'll go visit Ishgard, just see if there's any new dialogue from anyone. And then we'll call it for the night. Yeah, good progress. Progress. It would be nice if I could visit that little room whenever I wanted, but I don't think I can now that we've finished the quest line. Let me in! Rude! Well, let's go say hi to Edmund. Also see if Atuaro is back over here. He likes to stand around here. Oh, he's gone. Edmund, hello. Oh yeah, I've seen that dialogue. It's sweet dialogue though. Well, there you go. That was the magical role quest. Magical DPS. I liked it. I really enjoyed these role quests. Very curious what that last that last chunk of story is about. Guess we'll find out next time. And we've also got the next pack, the 6.15, is coming out next week. I'll just see if they've confirmed what's coming with it yet. I don't know if we're getting Hildebrand yet. Let's see. That's not what I wanted. FF14 Newfound Adventure. Newfound. There we go. Patch 6.1. Alright. That's still listed as 6.1x, so I don't know when that's coming. 6.1x. Okay, 6.15. So we're getting a Hildebrand next week. Not the Omega quest yet, though, or Tataru. Oh, so we're getting a new chapter of Hildebrand next week. Cool. That's another thing I can do. Alright. Yeah, it had the new tribal quest as well, and the new custom delivery NPC, so that's cool. Alright, thank you for watching. I'll see if there's anyone that I want to raid. Who is on? I can send you to the Juka, who is playing Yakuza 3 Remastered. So thank you all very much for watching. /raid. There we go. And I'll see you all next time. See ya.